Yeah, that's me. Quick look at the agenda. So the next 30 minutes, I'm going to talk about our products, the foundations that enabled us build the product platform, the analog moats that we have built over the years. And in closing, I'll share a sneak peek into our roadmap, the recent updates, and all these will help you understand how you can well and truly navigate and confidently address the future of finance. This is a quote that I've taken liking to. The future starts slow, but comes all at once. So this is something that we have experienced. We have worked very closely with finance professionals, accountants, CFOs over the years. How many of you here are in the finance fields? CPAs, CAs, CFOs? Good. So yeah, good. So we have worked very closely with professionals like you, and what we have heard is the role of finance and operations, right, is changing from being, it's a post-lunch session I'll use, being from a digestive system, right, crunching the numbers, going from the digestive system to being the nerve center of the business, being the nervous system, sending the signals to various parts of the business, helping the business take better decisions. That role is changing, and this is shared by many of the surveys that we have taken to. So this is what some of the CFOs, multiple surveys say that. But to take advantage of this transition, and by this transition is being accelerated by AI. So this is accelerated by AI, but to take advantage of this, to be on top of this, you need the foundations, the platform, the products to well and truly navigate this. And that is why over the years, we have built a comprehensive system of records that cascades all the way up to a system of intelligence. So I'll zoom in on each of these cuboids. Take system of records. It's not a very glamorous name, but what it means is we bring anything related to a business, right? All that data related to your customers, the transactions, the relationship between all these in one single place that serves as the single source of truth. And we also remove any data inconsistencies here. And it's wrapped around by compliance and security. A few months back, I think sometime last year, Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, said that SaaS is just a system of records that's dead. Maybe to some extent we can agree with that, as when he says it's dead, nobody is going to pay any longer for a system of records. The cost of this is asymptoting to zero. But in my opinion, people don't just pay, as an example, for an employee record. They pay for a payroll system that assures you that your employees get paid on time. Correct? So if you know your Bible, it says, not paying your servants on time is a sin, crying out to heaven for vengeance. Correct? So, and similarly, if you take, we also do an expense management solution. People don't pay for the expense record. Nobody pays for maintaining their records. They pay for bringing or gathering all the disconnected strands of expenses in one place and ensuring that somebody who places an order for a binder in the boondocks, right? It's against a contract that a headquarter has signed. It's not enough. We avoid all this maverick of contract spin. So that's what people pay for. That's the assurance that we provide. Now, on top of the system of records, we have come up with a comprehensive system of actions. Here we have three major components. We have a workflow automation that goes deep into each of the entities. As an example, take expense, right? Expense approvals. We have a customer who has 15 levels of approvals. So that's the comprehensive, the detailed ability to scale up, right? So that's the, and we don't restrict you to any preset workflows. You can customize it as per your business needs. And then we have processes that can span multiple entities, multiple products, multiple modules like, say, hire to retire, order to cash, acquire, dispose. So these spans multiple entities. And then we have a data orchestration layer So the data orchestration layer ensures that we can bring in data from any of the external systems or even Zoho systems. I mean, we have customers who use multiple systems. We orchestrate, bring all into one place, and disseminate to any of the backend systems. So we have customers who use Zoho in few regions like US, India, and then say, for example, work apps in Japan. So these are the things that we have worked on. So I spoke about the data orchestration, right? Then on top of this system of actions, we have built a comprehensive system of engagement. There's nothing but ability to collaborate, right? So obviously post-pandemic, we had a lot of teams working distributed. We had a lot of remote teams, but not many applications, right, would have thought about how a distributed accounts receivable team works. Correct. So how do you, from the ground up, how do you design an application that works? So we are able to bring deep R&D work that we have done in collaboration and communication tools, bake into systems like finance and operations. So this is sprinkled across our applications like accounting, Zoho Books, inventory. So you are able to collaborate within your organization across, for example, working closely with your accountants, investors, and others, right? And then even if, say, within your dealerships, distribution, this is a use case that we had, right? We had a paint dealership that moved on to Zoho Books, a paint company that moved their entire dealership onto Zoho Books, where it's, for example, my accounts receivable invoice becomes your account payable invoice. It's real-time updates across the entire network, and they are able to communicate in a seamless manner. So we are able to simulate the next best thing to face. And then with all the data in one place, deeply integrated at the data layer, on top of that, comprehensive workflow and collaboration tools deeply baked into the application, we are able to bring a system of intelligence ready for today. With a lot of talk about AI, right? For AI to work, you need to have data in one place. So that's the basic thing that we have solved. And I'm going to sprinkle some AI stardust here. You would have seen Raju's presentation. So we have a self-service business intelligence. This is powered by our analytics product. Then we're also coming up with a financial assistant. You can converse and get your answers. See, some of these things are evolving. So if you go into Zoho Books, you don't find some of them. Some of these are forward-looking statements, but you have the base ready for that. And then AI-driven risk clustering. This is what powers a key components of our payments product as well. It's kind of unsupervised learning that has helped us in providing proper risk profiling for merchants across the board. So that helps in whether we can serving the right merchants, right? So, and then of course, this is something that a lot of you will be familiar with. This is you can use your phone, capture a picture of your receipt, and that kicks off a continuum of accounts payable process, receipt management within our expense and accounting products. So how many of you use this? Yeah, good. So, and we have developed deep in-house capabilities here. So, and the accuracy rate has also gone up. So these are all tools that we have developed in-house. And then there's something called package geometry that can help optimize storage. So these are all live also. If you're using Zoho Inventory, you can find this. And then forecasting and trend analysis, we have built the capabilities, the algorithms, ML models to work on this. And we saw, I spoke about how the system of records cascades up to a system of intelligence, bringing all these capabilities for our customers, right? But I'll quickly walk you through the unsung hero behind all this, the platform itself, which we have meticulously, painlessly worked on for the past 17 years. So these are some of the words you would have heard, right? Extensibility, scalability, flexibility, and all across a lot of Zoho products. But in the context of finance and operations, I'll elaborate a bit more on that. One, so all these applications that you see, right, that from accounts receivable to accounts payable, travel, expense, everything has been built on the same platform that we used to develop future applications as well as expose to third-party applications. So it's the same set of application programming interface that we expose elsewhere. By nature, it's extensible. Then, furthermore, the architecture itself is what I call composable and modular, and that helps us solve whole business problems. Many business problems are not restricted to one particular product, be it accounting or inventory. They span multiple products. So our architecture helps to solve whole business problems. I'll give you a couple of examples here. For example, take something as simple as executing an online order. We all buy things online, right? But under the hood, you have 25 different subsystems that need to work in harmony to execute that one online order. So you have a invoicing subsystem, you have a tax subsystem, you have a refund subsystem, and today, the payments thing, all these, there's an entire stack, right? We have built in-house today. So we are arguably among the 1 or 2 players globally who have done that. Then another good example is executing a travel booking, right? You need to raise a trip request that has to get approved. You need to book your flight tickets. And then during the course of travel, then there could be some safety things that could kick up. If you're in Europe, we need to ensure that the employees, we need to nudge the employees to make right sustainability choices. Once they come up, they have to file their expense reports. The entire thing has to be taken care of. So there are multiple. And once you file, it has to go to accounting, payroll for the reimbursement. Correct? There are so many subsystems that need to work together in tandem to execute this one thing successfully. So these are what I call as whole business problems. Then beyond that, right, when we talk about the extensibility of the platform, right, within Zoho ecosystem, outside applications also we have started powering. Here have 2 examples of banks. ICICI, which is the largest private sector bank in India, and one of the neo banks in Middle East, that wanted to provide their customers within their banking interface accounting and finance functionality. And they came to us. They want their beer to taste better, so they have to come to us. And of course, vertical applications over our platform like Zoho Practice, which is called as an ERP for accountants. And we also have worked closely with India's largest paint dealer for co-creating an ERP for paint dealerships. Here, talking about big complexity, 5,000 SKUs. 5,000 SKUs, they don't have a distributor model there because the kind of SKUs they have, the distribution doesn't work. They have to go directly to the dealership. And as you can see, have 500,000 combination of shade formulations. The system can scale up to that. We scale globally. If you want to open office in another country, another jurisdiction, you don't need to look beyond Zoho. So you hopefully will never outgrow our systems. Okay, and then this is a quick intro to something that we launched in India. We had to do something within 2 to 3 weeks. We were able to build an entire application completely governed by local regulations for a government requirement. So it's called Vikra. It's maybe if you want offline, I can elaborate on that. No, I don't have much time. Flexibility, right? So any business you take, there are multiple functionalities that work at various cadence and rhythms, right? Payments happen every second, payroll happens bi-weekly, invoices can happen by the minute. You need to have an architecture that is capable of handling this. Then, just quick recap so far. So we saw the ability to right from the system of records to system of intelligence, the foundations of the platform that power that. And now I want to touch upon something very important for finance and operations. Is the analog modes, right? In contrariety with digital modes. Analog modes are the painstaking things like the licenses that we need to acquire, the integrations with government authorities, the various partnerships that we have to build. So these are not typically startup problems. We don't get to make startup mistakes in this domain, right? Finance and operations, for example, global invoicing and tax compliance. We have for 15 editions there. These are some of the compliance certifications for payment handling, right? Apologies for the gratuitous name dropping there. So, and then accreditations across the globe. HMRC, we're able to painstakingly get all these. And then, of course, some of these are broader global this thing. And then even the offices, right? The transnational concept of transactional localism. We have opened offices in multiple. These are all analog modes, the data centers that we manage. But these are all broader Zoho level itself. And it's one thing to have the platform, build all these. We need the ecosystem to support our customers. And just to break the monotony of text, I have some pictures here. Okay. And then quickly flash you through some of the recent updates that we have. It's kind of Savannah Bananas of version of this presentation that's going to come up. This is about Zoho Books. We have now fixed asset management, W-9 management, Form 1099 filing and all. So, but a lot more has gone. This is specific to United States that I'm showing up. We have a lot of other global updates as well. On Zoho Practice, specifically that's a product specific for CPAs and accounting firms. We have now work papers and ledger module. If you're not using our accounting product, but you want to maintain books of your clients, we have ledgers now. And then within Zoho Inventory, have advanced warehousing, weighted average cost. For a long time, the only method that we support was FIFO. There was a long time coming. A lot of customers across the globe are pushing for that. And now we have weighted average cost. Kits and assemblies, that's another request from our customers. Zoho Commerce. This is a product that's evolving still. And the new version is fantastic. You would be surprised to know that we have customers who have moved from Shopify even to the earlier screen. A lot of things like abandoned cart checkout management. A lot of features have come up. The product has really, really matured. And then Zoho Payroll. We now have in 50 states with handling of multi-state payroll. We launched it a few months back. We did make an announcement, but I'm not sure how many years it reached. If you are on Zoho One, so then you should try out Zoho Payroll, because Zoho Payroll from today will be a part of Zoho One as well. So don't waste your money paying for another payroll provider. Go for Zoho Payroll. And then for expense, we have real-time feeds with MasterCard and Visa, automatic mileage tracking. Zoho Billing, we introduced progress billing. If you are working on projects that you need to invoice for each milestone with one single project, map against multiple invoices. That's there. Code to subscription. These are small enhancements that we have come up. And payments,